Hey guys, I'm Sunil and welcome to my channel Linux Developer, and welcome to this series of library management system in Java, where we are building an awesome library management system. In the last video we created the issue book page where if we entered a book ID, and then we will get book details here, and if we enter student ID, then we will get student details here. And in this video we are going to insert the data into database, and we need to create a database, not database, a table inside our database. So I am going to create this, and before starting, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. And if you want to watch the entire videos of this library management system, you can simply go to in playlist section, and here you will find library management system complete project playlist. You can watch entire video, and if you want, you can also watch this e-learning website and fees management system also. And if you like the video, you can also subscribe to my channel. It motivates me to create more videos for you. So without any further ado, let's get started. So in the last video we did this thing. So what we are going to do this in this video, we are going to insert the details into database. And before that, this one is my already created project. Here you can see, if I entered a book ID which is not present in the database. Okay, if the book ID is not present in the database, if I enter 10, here you will see invalid book ID, and if I enter student ID as 20, the ID is not present, so you will see invalid student ID. So let's do this also. Go to our project. Here is our, this one is my already created page. Here our project is this one, library management system, and in this we were creating this issue book, and in we already created this get book details. Inside this, if rs select all, here you can see instead of while we can also use if statement, because we are getting only one record. So we don't need to iterate through that record, because only one record we are getting from the database. And inside this else statement, what it means, it means if the record is not present. If means if the record is present, this block will be executed, and if the record is not present, then this else part will be executed. So but I also want to, we need to take a label here to display that error. So copy this quantity and control C and control V, and here just change the variable name LBL book error to display book error, and copy this one more time, change variable name LBL book error 1, no, LBL student error. We want to display student error on this label. Just increase the, and I also change the color. So click and foreground color, make it yellow, yellow, and all this one also yellow. No issue at all. Now what, and here we have to set the value to that label. So if the record is not present, you can see this method is get book details. So if the book is not present, so we have to set the book error dot set text, set text invalid book ID, and do the same for the student details. Come down, and here in student details remove this while and write if, and else. In the else section we need to set the value LBL student error dot set text, and here we will set invalid student ID. Now let me run and check whether it is working or not. So in our database you can see we have only one record inside the student details. We have only one row for now, you can see only one, and we are running our project. And we got, okay, we and you can remove this default text also. So enter book ID. Suppose I entered book ID as 10 and just lost the focus, and invalid book ID, and if I entered 30, here you can see I got invalid student ID. Now let's just remove this default text. I want it to be empty initially, and just make it large, and this one also remove the default text and make it large. Okay, done. Now we need to create a method to insert the data in details into database. First we have to create a database in our, not database, a table. So in the SQL, in the description you will find a query. I have already written a query. Here you can see this one is the query to create issue book details table. Simply copy, and what this query is doing is we are creating a table called issue book details, and primary key is ID, not null, auto increment, and book ID and book name, student ID, student name, issue date, the type is date and due date, and status. In the status, first let me just execute this and create the table. So enter, control enter, and our table is ready. Here you can see issue book details. Here you can see we have total 8 columns: ID, book ID, book name, student ID, student name, issue date, due date, and status. And in the status column we are going to maintain two status. First one is pending and second one is return. If the book status is pending, that means this book has already been allocated to a student, and if the status is returned, that means the student has returned that book. Okay, now let's start the JDBC code to insert the details into database. We need to create a method. So below this get student details, create a method called, let me just provide a comment, insert issue book details to database, and method name is public boolean issue book, and we need to get the data from all these fields, book ID and from all these fields. So let me just take first one is book ID. So int book ID is equal to integer dot parse int, and field name is txt book id dot get text, and we got book ID. Similarly we need student ID, int student ID is equal to integer dot parse int, and txt student, not student, student, here you can see student ID dot get text, and we also need book name and student name. So we can get a book name from this label and student name from this label. Let me check the labels variable name, LBL book name, and this should be LBL student name. Okay, so string book name is equal to txt, not txt, LBL book name dot get text, and string student name is equal to txt student, not txt man, LBL, and student name dot get text. We have 4 fields. Now we need to get the dates from this text field. Let me check the variable name, date issue date. Okay, so let me just create a variable of date, and date we need to import a date from java.util date. Why? Because this text field, this date field returns an object of java.util date. So date and issue let me name it as u means util issue date. Date is equal to date underscore issue date dot, and the method name is get date fetch. You might be wondering why this name. The problem is this component is designed by some third party vendor, so that vendor used that name, so we need to use the same name. And let me just take u due date is equal to date and due date dot get, and now we got our date. But the problem is we can't insert these date into database because these are util package date, and the database supported date format is SQL package date. So we need to convert this date util date into SQL date. So how to do that? Let me just create a variables for this SQL date. So you can see we have java.util date and java.sql date. So select this java.sql date and java.sql date and name it as s issue date, means SQL issue date is equal to new java.sql issue date. And here you can see we need to provide a long value. You can see in the constructor we need to provide a long value. So how from where we will get this long value? We need to call a method called get time on these objects. So long L1 is equal to u issue date dot get time, and it will return a long time in a long format, and we need to pass this long into this. And similarly we need to get another long value from this u. You can use both. This is a long class which is a wrapper class, and this is a primitive data type long. And u issue and due date dot get time. Most people what they do, they directly insert the string, they convert this date into string and insert the string into database, but it is not a good programming practice. We should insert date type value inside the date column of the database. And we got issue date. Similarly just copy it, and for u date, u means due date, for due date, and here pass L2. Now we got date, and also we need to get this. We got book ID, book name, student ID, student name, issue date, due date, and status we are going to set manually. Now let's code JDBC connection con is equal to db connection. I hope now you might know where I'm getting this connection object. And string SQL is equal to, the query is insert into, and the columns names are insert into, let me check the table name, issue book details. So issue underscore book underscore details, and we need to specify the column names. So first column name is book ID, then book underscore ID, next one is book name, so book underscore name, comma student ID, student name, then student underscore ID, comma student underscore name, comma issue date, due date, and status. So issue date, comma due date, comma status. And you can format the code by pressing Alt, Shift and F. And I just want to break the code here. Okay, Control Z, and from here, and this is our query. Not this, we need to complete it. Insert into book details values, and we need to provide the placeholder. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 columns, so we need to provide 7 placeholders, 4 5 6 7. And now create prepare statement. Prepare, okay, prepare statement, pst is equal to con dot prepare statement, and provide this SQL query. And we need to set the data, so set int. First one is our book ID, set int first, and this one is book ID. Then pst dot set int, not int, string. You can see we have book name, so set string second, and this one is book name. Now pst dot set int for student ID, so third value is student ID. Now pst dot set string student name, so set string, and fourth value is student name. Now the next one is for date, so pst dot set date, and fifth value is as issue date, not due date, as issue date, and pst dot set date, and sixth one is as due date, and the last one is status. So at the time of entering this value, I want to set the default status as pending. Okay, pending. And when the student will return that book, at that time we will make the status as returned. And now let me just execute update method. We need to call because it is a non-select query, and it will give us a row count, so catch that row count. And inside if statement we need to check row count is greater than 0, means record inserted. So I want to create a variable first to store the values true false. So here boolean is issued is equal to false, and if the record inserted, make it as true, else issue is issued is equal to false. And here inside catch, print the exception, e dot print stack trace, and finally just return this is issued variable. Now we need to call this method on this button, so just right click, select event, and action perform event, and here we have to call this method, which is issue book, but we need to call it inside if statement. If issue book is equal to true, that means book inserted, so we will display a message so saying that the book inserted successfully. So this, and the message would be book issued successfully. And else, in the else part we are going to display can't issue the book. Now let me just run and check whether it is working or not. You can see in our database the table is empty, we don't have any record, and it's running. And let me just enter book ID 1, we got this book ID and student ID, not 2 because we don't have any student called with name with ID 2. And let me just enter 1, and we got our book ID also, and select a date, and I am going to select today's date, and the due date I want to select as 11, and click on issue book. Now you can see book issued successfully. And let me just check in our database, refresh it, and you can see we got our record here. Now what I want to do is, whenever I issued a book, I just want to change the quantity also. So initially the quantity was 5 for this book, but after issuing one book it should be 4. So let's just do that. We need to create another method to update count. Okay, to update the count of books. So just updating dating. Okay, dating book count. Method name is public void update book count, and here we need to get this book ID. So from here we can get book ID, not from the text field but from the you can say, yeah, we can get it from the text field also. And inside the try catch, simply get connection object, con is equal to db connection. You can also write that 2 lines, that is driver manager dot get connection and all that. Now create a SQL query, string SQL is equal to update, and table name is issue underscore book underscore details, issue book details, and update issue book details. Set, what we have to set, we need to not issue book details, we have to update this book details table. And what we need to do is, we need to just decrement the quantity by 1. Okay, so here you can see the quantity is 5, so we need to set it to update it to 4. So this not issue book details, only book details, table name is book details, and set quantity is equal to quantity minus 1, and where book ID is equal to question mark. Just prepare statement, pst is equal to con dot prepare statement, and pass the SQL query and set the value for the book ID which we want to update. So the book parameter index is 1 and value is book ID, and just execute it, execute update, and let's catch the row count value and row count, and just copy this one. If row count is greater than, okay, Control Z, if row count is greater than 0, all that stuff. If row count is greater than 0, we want to display a message called row book updated, book count updated. So message is book count updated, and after updating book count, I want to change the data on this label. Here also we need to increment or decrement the book value. So what we have to do, first we have to take the data from this label and decrement it by 1. So let me just create a variable int initial count, initial count is equal to lbl quantity, lbl quantity dot get text, and we need to convert it into integer, integer dot parse int, and lbl quantity dot set text, and we need to set the text as initial count minus 1, and the problem is it should be an string, so we need to convert it into string. So integer dot toString is the method we can call it and convert this int value to string. Okay, now in the else part we will be displaying an error showing that can't update book count. Okay, done. Now just print the error, not actually error, the exception. Errors and exception, there is much difference, and we need to call this update book count after this issue book inside this if statement. So after displaying this message book issued successfully, we have to call this update book count method. Now let me run it again. Now let me enter 1 and student ID is 2 and select you can see the quantity is 5. Let me select a date and issue book issued successfully, and you can see after book count updated the quantity became 4. And you can also check in the database, the book ID is 1, so here book ID is 1, the quantity was 5. Let me refresh it. Now you can see the quantity became 4. So we did that, and now the next thing is we have to also validate the one more thing. We need to check whether this book has been already allocated this to this student or not. If this student has this book already, then we don't have to assign this, we don't have to issue this book again to the same student. So we need to also check that. So let's create a method to check that also. So after book update book count, just checking duplicate, checking already book allocated already or not, checking whether book already allocated or not, and create a method called public boolean is already issued, and create a boolean variable called is already issued is equal to false. And here we have to get the student ID and book ID from the text field. So go up, and here we can get the student ID and book ID from issue book method. Just place it here, and let's write our database query. Connection con is equal to db connection dot get connection, and SQL query would be, we have to check the book is already issued or not. So select star from issue, we need to check in this table which is issue book details. If select all from issue underscore book underscore details, where book ID is equal to question mark and student ID is equal to question mark, and status should be pending. Okay, status is question mark and status should be pending. If the status is, you can see if the status is written, that means the student does not have this book, so we don't need to check that. If the status is pending, so we simply don't need to allocate that same book again. And prepare statement, pst is equal to con dot prepare statement and sql, and set the value pst dot set int. For the first value, the book id is the first value, book id. Next one is set int student id, so second, and it is student id. Next one is pst dot set string, third value is status, and status should be pending. And just execute this query. Execute update. Why execute update? Because it is a non-select query. Int row count, and just simply inside this f we need to check whether the row count is greater than, not row count. If row count is greater than 0, then we need to set the variable which is already allocated, is already issued to true, else is already allocated, is already issued to false. And here just print the exception using print stack trace method. You can also use e.get message or e.toString. And finally just return the is already issued variable. And now we need to call this method here. Before calling this issue book, we need to check whether the book is already issued or not. So if is already issued is equal to false, that means the book is not already issued. So we need to execute this if and else statement. If, copy this and paste it inside this if statement. Okay, inside this if, here is the if and else. And for this if we are going to create an else block. Else j option pane dot show message dialog. The message should be this student already has this book, or whatever message you want to display. Now let me run and check. You can see the student let me go to this issue book details. Here you can see the student id, book id 1 is already allocated to student id 1. So let me just go and check book id 1 and student id is 1. So it should not allocate this book twice. So let me select a date, and date, you can select any date, and issue book. Okay, we are getting book issued successfully. Why? Book count is also updated, and here we are also getting this data here. Why it's happening? Let me go to our data query. Okay, we got an error. Let me check. What is this? Execute update for select. Okay, we did a mistake inside this is already issued. Because it is a select query, we need to call the method execute not update, execute query method, and this query method will return a result set. My bad, result set rs. And make sure to import the result set of the package java.sql package result set. And here if rs.next, okay, if rs.next, then set the value as true and make it false if not available. Then now run. Now let me enter book id, and student ID not to 1. It should not allocate this book, so select a date and now issue book. This student already has this book. Okay, we are getting this error, and it should the record should not be present in the database. The database is not updated. So you can see we have completed this issue book, our issue book page. And also we need to check if the quantity is 0, then also we should not allocate this book. So what we have to do here is we just need to do one thing. Before this we have to write a if statement. If we need to check the label of quantity, so get the value from the quantity label. If txt not txt, lbl quantity dot get text dot equals, if it is 0, okay, if it is not 0, okay, if it is not 0, or if it is 0, if it is 0, then what we have to display? We have to display a message call dot so message dialog this, and the message is book is not available. Simply book is not available, and else in the else section, okay, let me just in the else section we are going to call all this stuff. So copy this part and Control X, and inside this else paste it, format the code. Now you can see, and make sure to be careful while writing these curly braces. You can see this curly braces has closed here, and this one is closed here, and this one is closed here. And for this if the else statement is this one, and for this if the else statement is this one. Okay, you can take a look at the code if you are confused. Now let me run. So let's just make in the book details, let's just make the quantity as 0 and check. So I want to this quantity I want to set as 0. Okay, so the quantity is 0, and here you can see if I enter book ID 1, the quantity is 0 and student ID 1, so it should not allocate because we don't have this book available in our library and issue book. So you can see book is not available. Okay, so everything is okay, and we have successfully created this issue book details page. And in the next video let me show you what we are gonna build. So let me go to this home page, run file, and in the next video we are going to build this return book page. You can see we are going to build this return book where we have to just enter book ID and student ID and click on find details. You can see, and we will get our details, and if we click on return book, the book will be returned. And that's all. If you like the video, then please like the video and subscribe the channel if you want more content like this, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.